Welcome to Streaming Live Academy, peeps. We got Seifer in the house and Zed
Hello.
Corbin.
Well, hello.
This is our first episode with Seifer being in a different country. Tell us about it, Seifer.
Yeah. Just moved 2 months ago to Switzerland, and that's probably the main reason why I was slacking and not doing the podcast as I should.
Good. What about you, Zed? What's the latest? I heard you became an electrician or something in between.
Yeah, so I am an electrician now, and that just recently happened like 2 weeks ago. No, 2 months ago, not 2 weeks. But yeah, 2 months ago. Been good. And yeah, just jumping in here.
I need to ask what everybody's wondering. Have you been tickled? Have you been shocked by electricity yet?
No, we don't deal with live electricity until like towards the very end, which I haven't been at that point yet because I just barely started. And the company I'm part of, which is Vision Electrician, is it just recently started within a year, so it's in its baby stages.
Okay.
It's a startup.
Yeah, so if I keep with it and it goes on, then maybe I might be able to get a higher position.
That's awesome.
Maybe kill the CEO and then you become the CEO.
Accident.
Electricity live one.
Hopefully they're not listening to the podcast.
No, hopefully not. We're joking. It's a joke. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. For those people that don't know me, I'm N107 Rich Lives, and I do a startup too for a car dealership, and of course my own YouTube and stuff. But we're not going to talk about our lives here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the virtual life, the digital life.
The one that is actually interesting. Exactly. The one that we choose over the real one, of course.
The one that... Let's start off with the big one, the simulator. And I'm going to put a timer here. Let's go about 7 to 8 minutes. We're going to talk about GTA 6 and what the hell is going on. What is going on and what they're doing to our beloved franchise. A lot of people are worried that GTA is going to lose its mojo. Seifer's got a lot of details on it. Why don't you just give us a rundown on what you found and know about the culture and all this stuff, Seifer, about Rockstar?
Well, as a lot of you know, so there is always a problem with Rockstar games because in the end they don't leak shit. So when other companies leak a lot of data about the new game and so on, Rockstar is like I would say closed castle. So you never know what happens actually, and that's one of the main reasons why we know there were a little bit of problems with the company, at least with the culture. That's what it seems. We don't expect, at least I don't expect from any company situation like Blizzard. Like no company should ever be that low on the social and HR side at all. Like not even Chinese companies probably. So honestly, I really hope that they will not F up, because in the end I saw a lot of there were people, workers from Rockstar Games that said that for the new Red Dead Redemption, they spent like 100 hours a week working on it. So no work-life balance whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true. I heard reports on that one too. And my thing with GTA 6, so I like GTA because it just grabs whatever is out there and makes fun of it. And with our culture nowadays, people just getting overly sensitive. I feel like GTA 6, the gameplay's GTA series, I think the gameplay is great, whatever. But it's, if you really look at it, it's a repetitive loop of go from A to B. What's fun is how you do A to B. It's not about A to B. It's about the in between, right? And
yeah, you can drive off to the side and just murder a bunch of people on your way there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
Right? It's stuff that you know that it's weird or wrong to do in real life, so you get to do it in a fun way in a video game. And so I feel like GTA 6 is, I think it might there's a chance it might ruin that. It might not work. It might be too careful. What do you guys think about that? What's your thoughts on the future of that? Are they going to be too restrictive and it's going to lose its charm, or they're going to be able to deliver?
Well, I would say that in our culture, a lot of things have been changing where people have been, think of their feelings, we don't want to be offensive, and there's a huge cancel culture. So a lot of companies are afraid to, reach outside of the box that we've been put in, and are afraid that they might get canceled. They get a huge backlash called sexist, racist, and GTA literally has everything, like everything that you can list off. But in my opinion, it's like, if you already have that, it's your foundation. Like, the reason why you got up to the point is because of that. Like, the controversy that came with it when the game first came out was huge, and people are like, "Oh, you're training your kids to kill people," and like it's the influence that it's going to have on them. It's going to make them more violent. And over the course of the years, we found out that's not true. Like, maybe more irritated, but not more violent. And they're not going around mass shooting because, I played GTA, or running people over because I played GTA. So, keeping with that, I think they should definitely do that, obviously. But a lot of companies are caving in, and it sucks to see that. But yeah.
True.
Yeah. We are in the generation that is basically finding everything offensive. If you are honest, you are offensive. If you think, you shouldn't think. Like, what is this mindset? But still, I am partially happy because in the end we saw with Call of Duty that whatever garbage they will throw out, it will be still the same franchise. So in the end, it will be good. Even if it will be bad, it will be good, at least for them, from the sales perspective.
Yeah.
For the content, I don't know. I really like the way in which they created the 3 characters on GTA 5 that, like the psycho, like the black guy and the white guy, and you saw like the difference between and the contrast between their characters, personalities, and way of life.
Yeah.
I feel that it would actually be risky to release a game with that type of style right now, and due to the fact that the game will come out like in 1 year or so, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too complex for one person to really digest. And well, before we leave it, there's the whole thing, which I don't know why some people like to make a big deal about it, making it a female protagonist, one of the characters. And I was like,
yeah, I saw that.
Why is that an issue? Like, I think it's fine. Like, why is that even? I don't know. I don't blink an eye at that. What are your friends, or what have you heard about that? Have you guys seen some controversy in that?
It's just freaking stupid. It's idiotic. If you know that the vast majority of your audience, your target audience, so the people that are actually playing your game, is for the vast majority male, who in the actual F, as a developer, as a marketing guy, would be so dumb to actually put a female character as the main character? Like, it doesn't make sense. I understand that you want to have a little bit of male-female integration and whatever. It's fine, but like we are. That's too much. That's too much.
I like that. I like what Seifer just threw in here, ladies and gentlemen. A marketing data point of view, and I like that.
The thing is, so it looks like it's, at least based on what I was reading, that they're going to continue what they did with GTA 5, with that there's multiple different characters you can play as. So one of them is going to be female, and throughout history, I will say this, a lot of the times, like you're playing a game and you'll pick female just because, you like to see some butt as you're playing the game.
Fortnite skins?
Yeah.
That would be amazing, Zed.
Oh. But the thing is, you're like, well, how are they going to go with this female, though? That's the thing, is like, is she going to be this lesbian, bald-headed, like, you know what I mean? Like, they could go more woke with this than we're giving credit to.
That's true.
And we're just
That's actually
praying
an amazing idea.
if she has like tits hanging out, big, black butt woman, is like, I don't see the audience complaining too much. So it really kind of depends on where you're going with that.
That's actually a super amazing point of view, because now that I think about it, like, you want a girl? Fine, we will over-sexualize it in a way that you will only see her ass. She's running, yeah, but I see that ass, that juicy ass. She's shooting no ass. Like, I know what I want, and that's the ass.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, the thing is, though, is that I don't think they're going to win either way with that. They're like, oh, now you're sexualizing women. And you're like, what do you want from us? So
Wait, you wanted a woman? Now you have it. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women like that stuff, too. So I think they're definitely... I don't think it's a terrible move to do that, but it's how they go about it in the way of, like, are they going to make it super woke with that or not? But either way, they're going to get backlash. That's my opinion on that.
Okay.
They always had backlash. GTA is the backlash game. Like, they are the father, mother, and granny of backlashes.
Either way, you're not going to be able to play it in certain countries.
Oh, that's
As
true.
always.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Australia.
makes sense.
Yeah, they've always dealt with that as a problem.
I think the audience should let us know. What do you guys think? You in the comment section in the podcast as you're driving. Don't road rage, but let us know. What do you want for GTA 6? Are you worried?
Yeah, do you want a black woman with falling tits? Yes or no? Come on, guys. We want you to interact in the comment section. We want to know what are your fetishes, I suppose.
I don't know if that's the one you want to ask.
No. We do have a filter, hopefully, in our comment section, but we'll see. So,
We'll see.
if that happens.
I will moderate it myself. I started the rage war, so I will moderate it myself.
there's this thing before we jump into the next big topic, which is $70 games. Which GTA? Let's bring that up. What do you guys think? So, to give people a little bit of context, PlayStation games, first party usually, but Call of Duty is the exception. Call of Duty don't care. And Battlefield and EA, they charge $70 regardless of platform. But PlayStation started this movement with the $70 games, while Xbox games usually stay at $60, and I think PC too. So, I wonder, what do you guys thought on this? Some people argue video game development is getting more expensive, therefore they should charge more, and some people say it is not, and microtransactions and season passes is how you get your money instead of charging outright 70 instead of 60. What have you guys read up on this? Have you bought a game recently? At all?
Yeah, yesterday. Digimon Survive, it was released yesterday. It's amazing, yeah.
How much was it?
$50.
$50, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, there's a different topic where people are debating. Last of Us, the remaster, or the remaster of the first, no. Last of Us
The
was
remaster.
The remaster. Remaster is $70. I think that's a more complex topic, but I personally think it should be like 50 or 40 tops, not 70. But what do you guys think about that? Orvin, you don't buy games.
I think when it
often.
comes... So, I looked a little into this, and I would say when it comes to like remastered games, I find it dumb that they're putting it at a like market price of what other games are at. Because it's like the idea, the storyline, everything like that, it takes a lot of effort to put that in, is already done for you. All you are is redoing aspects of it, making it look better. In a sense, you're giving it a facelift. Mm-hmm. And it's like, to pay market price for that, I find it kind of dumb. I will say though, because when prices have been going up with food, with gas, everything, like prices are just going up with everything that's been going on. So that being put at $70, I understand that that could be, that's just the new thing now. And they have already been kind of implementing stuff way before to kind of get us used to the idea of $70 by adding DLC packages at 70. And they did that with Final Fantasy. So they would put it at 60 that you could buy the game, and then they added that bundle. But now on PC, that it's for $70 for the newest one, and it's just kind of moving it towards that, so there's less backlash as it gets used to. As the next generation grows up, they're getting used to the idea of 70. For us, it was 60. For the previous generation, it was probably 50 or 40. So it just kind of moves. It kind of moves as it goes along through the generations. But there's obviously a point where it caps out, where it's like, okay, you can't go higher than that, or else it's just on the ridiculous side. But when you look at the subscription-based games like World of Warcraft, you're like, people are spending, hundreds of dollars just to play that game.
Okay. Marketing data.
Well,
do we have anything?
I would say that you are asking too many questions, because the first question was if we like it or not. And of course, we are poor bitches. We don't like it. We generally don't like this type of we understand that the company has to earn, but I don't really want to spend that much for a game. So generally, no. And I agree that it's not a good idea. But due to the fact that I work in marketing, there are some considerations that you have to do. So the first one is the remakes. If I remake a game, in your logic as a player, you think, you already played the game. Like, there is no reason to actually pay it the same price for the story. And that's the point of that. And I agree. But if we speak about data, the vast majority of people that actually end up buying a remastered game are not like die-hard fans. Of course, there is a portion of them, but the rest is generally people that were like, I don't like the graphic. It's like polygonal crap. I will not buy it. But now I will maybe try it and try the story because it's a remastered. So in the end, it's like a first-time experience for them. So it actually makes sense to ask them for the full price. And the last part is the price of PlayStation games. If you consider that in the last 5 to 10 years, the actual value of the dollar went up due to inflation, it actually makes sense, because the vast majority of the development of the game and all of the tools and so on end up in US currency. And by extent, part of the marginality and the earnings and everything go from that direction. So it actually makes sense to ask more money to cover what inflation is actually cutting from your earnings, from at least a purely business and marketing standpoint.
Wow, guys, you did really good. I like it. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think? Are we dumb? Are we out of our minds? Then give us a like. And let us
That
know.
was the best question. We know that we are dumb and out of our mind. Like, you had to ask, is this argument like legit, or we are speaking crap about it? Not that we are dumb. We know we are. That's not even a question.
Did we hit it right on the head? Because I always buy my games on sale. I rarely buy them on new. Only titles that I really am looking forward to. I have, and I'm speaking out of my pocket, I own 750 games, peeps, and most bought on sale. But I would say some games are worth it, but we'll see. Let us know what you think. You, the person.
You him.
Oh.
Him.
Them, they.
Them, they. It's 2020.
Yeah, get your pronouns right, Richard. Jeez.
Unicorns.
Unicorns. Y'all unicorns. Make sure you eat your hay. So this is what I'm thinking. Last topic of the day. Let's tackle something Seifer said that I think we're seeing a lot of with games. Dead games and player count and actual successful. I guess the right wording would be, what makes a successful game? Is it the amount of people that play or talk about it? Or is it how much people actually enjoyed the experience? For example, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Everybody that I talk to loves that game, but Square Enix, yeah, I believe they're the publisher. They said the sales were disappointing. Yet everything I hear about it, reviews, it's positive. Then you go to something like Call of Duty, bad reviews, yet it's sold like cakes. And yeah, it didn't sell as good, but people still play it. Streamers still stream it. Like, what the hell? The streamers always complain. Yet they
I would
play
love to ask you a question, like exactly related to that. I heard that I basically saw the kind of podcast between the creator, the CEO of Path of Exile, and another basically YouTuber. And basically they were speaking about the fact that for a game like, for example, Path of Exile, they need a critical mass of around 5, 6, 7,000 actual player that stay in the game and pay to actually maintain all of the infrastructure, all of the activity, all of the people, everything. Compared to other games that maybe need a lot more. And like, I would like to hear your opinion on it, and what do you expect from a game to be successful? What is a bad game, and why some probably good games ended up being bad?
Okay. Yeah, something on that.
Say, like, when it comes to, like, so you have successful games, you have, you know, good and bad, and I think they're slightly different depending on what was the intent when you're making the game as a success. I think that changes it. So you have, like, back in the past, games were just mainly single player experiences. That's, you know, how it all started off. And so what made a good game back then is different. You have storylines, just the mechanics, how it plays, how it feels. And as we've progressed in today's age, where most of these games that are, you know, as we categorize under successful, are these huge multiplayer games where you have Call of Duty, and, you know, there is lackluster in other aspects, but they don't care about that. It's like all about, as long as we put it out there, you know, cut and paste pretty much, and it's the same feeling, at least that's familiar with the player base. They're willing to jump in and play it. You know, there's always going to be criticisms and everything else, and they're going to say, well, this one was bad. But I'm like, you know, 2 years ago you said the other one was bad, but yet you're still buying and playing it. But when it comes to single player experience of being bad, I think that one kind of has a different context to it, where it's like no one's going to buy or play this because the storyline or whatever, everything about it was just garbage, and it doesn't really have me coming back to it. And I don't want to rave about it. I don't want to talk about it because it just was terrible. Unless it was so bad that you talk about it, then it's famous for other different things. But
I was wondering on the Fetch, dude, it's leaving my brain. Come back, Jack.
Shoot it, it's flying away.
I think I got it. Let's
Okay.
scander through and see. Okay, got it. So, I was thinking, single player. So, like, single player games will not make as much noise online as a multiplayer game that keeps updating and stuff. For example, the Doom Eternal, great shooter game. But you will see it will not compete in keyword searches and people searching stuff on it as even Fall Guys or Naraka, even as to people talking and seeing content coming up online. You subscribe to both channels, you'll find a lot more content on one than the other. Even though one's just great, the single player one. But then that brings me to my thing is, are single player games, and then EA, you guys remember EA said they tweeted a tweet where they bashed single player games and so many people attacked them. Single player games were technically, the EA said they were dying, and then Bethesda made their whole campaign with single players alive. Are there more single player gamers that we don't know about because they're not that loud compared to multiplayer games? What do you guys thought on that?
not just like casual gamers.
And so we don't. So as the hardcore gamers or social media gamers, we don't hear about them, but the companies do. Like Sony knows how many single player gamers are on their platform because of the data. So we can be as loud as we want to, but they're going to do what they know they need to do because they have the numbers. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, makes sense.
And so I think there's a lot more single player gamers out there that are just quiet. We don't know about them. And so I'm wondering, are the developers, publishers ignoring that?
I would say that the question is maybe a little bit different. Like, I agree that you have a point, but I think in a slightly different way. So if I'm a single player guy, okay, I will buy the game. So we would say that at $70, right? Okay. If we are actually online gamers, I will take a very simple example, League of Legends, okay? I spent $0 for the game, but maybe in the first month I will buy, I don't know, all of the skins of Lux for my girlfriend. I will fall in love with, I don't know, Katarina as a champion, and I will buy like one skin for every single AD carry that I like. And just like that, in one single month, I spent maybe 400 euros, okay? So if you compare these two numbers, it's quite simple to think that it's another story. And remember that online we have something that we don't have offline, and that's whales. A single whale can by itself generate the earning of, I don't know, but even 100, if not 1,000 of player. One single whale can spend 10,000, 50, 20,000 bucks like it's nothing. And you can't do that on a single player game at all.
You're right. That's true. Diablo Immortal. I think they leaked the company meeting or something. I heard it on the podcast. I can't remember. And they said that their goal was get the whales and everybody else doesn't matter. Because we just need to get the whales. Because one whale, and they had the math out. I need to
There is math, yeah.
Yeah, of one whale.
They actually hired a full team of casino experts, so people that are actually professionals in finding a way to take money from people, basically. So they knew that this type of structure in the game would actually generate more revenue, because if you imply that in the end you will have whales, it will be a battle between whales. So which whale will pay more to actually be the biggest whale, and so on. And that's actually scientifically and mathematically proven to work. And the best example is, of course, Diablo Immortal. They are making numbers that they never did with other games whatsoever. And even if people are crying that the game is ruined by this pay-per-win scenario and so on, they don't freaking care. They are making the big bucks.
Yeah, it says GameSpot and TechSpot report in the first month, Diablo Immortal almost makes 50 million. How much did Diablo 3 make on its release?
Oh, on its release, I don't know. That's a good question.
First month. I guess it's first month. Because I heard it was in the same. Diablo 3 first month sales. This is something I wanted to look up. So they sold 3.5 million copies in the first.
That's good.
Hours.
So how much was it? 100 million.
So 3.5 million times 60. What the hell, Siri? What are you doing, Siri? 3.5 million
Bye
times.
bye, Siri.
3.5 million times 60.
I deal with that all the time. It's annoying.
What? 210 million. What?
It's 210 million, yeah.
Yeah.
In the first month.
In the first month. Oh no, wait. In the first 24 hours, right? That's what it says.
I don't know.
Sales in the first. But then.
Yeah, but sales is not revenue in the end, right?
Yeah, right? Not the revenue.
When for Diablo Immortal is all revenue, because like what are you paying? They don't have expenses. You don't have to buy the CD. You don't have to pay no one. It's full clean revenue.
Yep, it's just in-app purchases. There's no the actual development, all that. You have to pay for that, right? And then,
Well,
That's
don't
a
they have
different-
to, like whoever's hosting, so like the Apple Store, Google.
Yeah,
Store,
but in the end, they are just marginalized costs. If you earn even 1 million by itself, that is enough to actually let you go and run for at least 1, if not 2 years. Even with like big numbers, and that they had the big spike in the beginning, but that's it.
that's true, because if you do 30 million sales. Let's see. Because what I'm trying to make the point is, they make that much in the first, and Diablo 3 had years of hype and all that. Diablo Immortal,
Yeah.
they hated its existence. Technically, gamers did. Yet,
At least the fan base.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, it makes 50 million, and it's hated. But Diablo 3, I bet it slowed down. Like, that's its peak, and then it sort of slows down. Diablo Immortal, it seems to just keep going. And so that's, I think, the issue with them. You can complain all you want, but the whales, they're screaming. And they want the juicy. They want Big Daddy. They want the whale's juice. Did you know there's actual whale sperm facial cream that it's made out of whales? It turned illegal. It's illegal to do it, but yeah.
Oh.
Thank you for the information. I really needed that. This is the bullshit phrase of Saturday. Awesome. Nice. Thank you.
But we'll leave it at that. We'll let you decide all that. Diablo says that as of, I have so many quotes here, I don't have any. Oh yeah, like lifetime sales. Some say 30 million, some say 14 million in its lifetime as of last year. So you make the math. Let us know in the comment section. We've reached the end of our intelligence. Let's go play some games because it's the weekend, and I hope you do too. Subscribe, give us a like, and visit Streaming Live Academy for everything gaming and honest. We're not woke. We're real. We are real.
Yeah. If you want to pay us to say something good about your game, just do it. We will.
Not true. Not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the paycheck's big enough, you'll know we're lying, but we'll say it.
With a straight face, of course.
This section is brought to you by Shadow Raid Legends.
Oh, please, no. Come on. God,
Best
no.
mobile game on mobile.
Well, definitely better than Immortal. Come on.
Okay, guys.
No.
Peace out.